Good morning, it's day 3. I'm a little bit like trussed up, not because it's raining or cold particularly, but because it's a midgy fest here. Just got out of the tent, it's about 7 in the morning, 10 to 7. Paul's inside just getting the inner tent down and doing a little moppy thing, and I got the bags out. Where are they? There. We're hoping we're going to get this spectacular view. You can see a little bit of it, but actually the visibility is worse than last night, isn't it? Haven't eaten or drank anything particularly yet. We're going to carry on walking, get out of the midgies basically, and then I'm rehydrating breakfasts in the rucksack at the moment. So I've got some overnight oats with cocoa, nice chocolatey ones, and they've got dried fruit and nuts in them. So hopefully by the time we get down here, we're aiming to get to Rothwaite. I don't know if there's a cafe or something there. It'd be really good if there's a cafe, we can get a coffee or something, and just eat some breakfast. And we both slept quite well, I think. I slept really well. This grass is really puffy, so it was nice and soft underneath, and I was so tired yesterday I just went out, I think. So it's very quiet and nice. Alright, I'll catch up with you a little bit later. So we're on the move, we're back on the path again. We weren't actually that far off the path last night. We were just up this hill here. So now we're all downhill, downhill, downhill into the little villages before we've got 2 steep uphills today. Just reached Seatoller. Came down that path over there. It's quite a small place. We have to go along the road for a section, and then we're back up into the mountain. So we just stopped here in this National Trust car park, basically to have some breakfast, have a cup of tea. I really need to just sort my head out a little bit, feeling a bit sort of negative today. But then thinking about it, I think it's about pushing my body further than it's been pushed before, and it's objecting a little bit. So probably I just have to realise that. And your body is always capable of so much more than you actually think it is, isn't it? So what I've done, I've had a nice strong cup of tea, had my breakfast, taken a couple of ibuprofen, taken my vitamins, and had a little rest. And now I feel much better. And what I'm going to do is do some positive affirmations about feeling strong and being capable and being able to get to the end of the route and things like this. Rather than going, I'm so tired, I can't do this, and these kind of thoughts going around my head. So I'm just trying to kind of bring it up a notch. I am tired, yes, but I had a good night's sleep. I'm okay, I'm hydrated again. My body's okay. It's not broken. There's nothing dangerously awful going on with it. So I think I'll be all right. They say the 3rd day of the walk is the hardest. The first 3 days as your body's getting used to it and things, and then with the build up, obviously all the stuff I did before, it's feeling extra tired. So I think I'll be all right, but we've got some big days. So today is 16, 17 miles. Tomorrow is about the same. Saturday, so today's Thursday, then Friday's the same. Saturday's about 21 miles. So we've got some big mileage to do. It's just long days. It's going to be 3 long days, another 3 long days. And we'll see where I am on Saturday. I've got the opportunity to obviously bail out if I want to halfway, but I think I'd feel really sad if I did that. I don't feel like that's the way to end my summer, really. So if I can pick myself out of this, I think it's going to do me a lot of good. It started spitty raining again, so I think we need to get moving and get some mileage in. Lovely Paul looking dashing. Yeah. Just come across all these land pods. Right by the river here. Paul just informed me that these mountains are called High Spy. This little hamlet or village is called the Howl. It's really nice walking now. It's very still still. No wind. Wind's dropped off completely from yesterday. We just went past the youth hostel. I forgot to film it actually, which is a bit silly. We managed to top up our water supplies, water bottles. It's a very vibrant youth hostel. Lots going on there, lots of people milling around and camping and stuff as well. I've just come across the flock in the Walker's Tea Room. Such a cute little village. I think this is still the Howe, isn't it? It's joined up with those houses back there.
Yeah, it's all Rossmate really as well.
Ah, yeah, I suppose so. So we have to go that way, don't we?
Yeah.
Okay. Just admiring these walls. We're following this beautiful wall. It's got moss growing on the top. Very nice little path. Nice backdrop. Pretty little houses. We're just before Stonethwaite. So we passed through Rossthwaite. That was where that tea shop was. That was actually Rossthwaite. I was expecting a bigger place, to be honest. Thought it would be sort of a noticeable village, a bigger place. But so that was that. And then we are coming up to Stonethwaite where there's a pub, which we're going to ignore because we're going to go... There's another pub. It's sort of like a V shape what we have to do today. And at the bottom of the V, just off the route, there looks like another pub. We can't check if it's actually open, but fingers crossed it is, because we'd really like to use that as a sort of halfway stopping point to have lunch. So one thing that's different on this trip is Paul's rucksack. You may remember that on the last two trips, on the Offa's and on the Pennine Way when he was with me, his rucksack kept splitting. But if you have a look at it now, he got this really strong glue called Storm Seal, and he's been sort of religiously gluing it up everywhere it's been breaking, and now it looks quite solid. So this is its sort of final chance, I think. Wouldn't you say, Paul? Like if it breaks on this trip, you're buying a new rucksack, right?
Gonna burn it.
Just burn it, yeah. I don't know, he's got a lot more confidence in this rucksack than I have, I've got to be honest. We also found out yesterday that it's not waterproof, but he has things in, obviously, wet, dry bags inside the rucksack, so that helps. But at least all of his belongings aren't spilling out like they were on the last two trips. It's very busy here. There's lots and lots of people walking on this route. We were just saying we made really slow progress this morning. The first 3 hours we only did about 2 miles because we kept stopping. But if we leave early and actually get some decent walking in, we can be sort of in the next, not at the stopping points, more in the middle before we actually bump into too many people. This is one of the campsites. So this is Stonethwaite, the pub's just back there. It's absolutely packed, full of tents. I think we did the right thing yesterday by wild camping because we had the place to ourselves basically. Gorgeous spot though, if you're going to stay somewhere for a few days in a tent. Lovely. So this is a Scalini Falls. I thought there was going to be an actual huge waterfall, but we haven't seen one yet. It's just a really cascading river section. And that big mountain in the background is called Eagle Crag. There's another crag there, I'm not sure what that one's called. Poking me with your sticks. So you can see where we're going. We've got, this is the first of the 2 mountains that we have to go over today. There's a right path on just here, but we're going to ignore that, carry on straight through and up there basically. So this is the pedometer reading of what we've done so far. It says 4.9. So what I'm doing is comparing it to what Paul's got on his Garmin watch, and his Garmin watch right now says 5.03. So it's not far off. I've been kind of tweaking it the last few days because it's been under reading by, I guess, a mile or two a day over a kind of 15-mile day. So I keep upping the stride length a tiny bit. I've got it set to 78 centimetre strides now, which is surprisingly big, I thought. But if it means it's going to read the time accurately, so basically before Paul goes home, what I would like to do is get it so that it's reading about the right mileage for what we're doing. So I've got 3 days. I've got today, tomorrow and Saturday left to kind of play with it. We've just been doing quite a bit of climbing, so having a tiny breather. It's amazing view. Look, we're still by gosh, was it Galileo? No, it wasn't Galileo. Galini Force rushing by at the side, right where those trees are. Seem to be losing some of the day walkers now. I think some of them turned off on the other path, which is good, so we've got a bit more space around us rather than walking in a queue. Loving the fact that we're not in the cloud today, although we might be further up, I guess. Still got a long way to go up. So that's Eagle Crag, and we found the waterfall. There it is. It's always nice to see a waterfall rushing down. Looks like we might have quite a lot of falling water further up because it comes from right at the top there. The path is getting a lot steeper. Another waterfall for us. We were just saying that if this was a hot day, Paul would be in there with his swimming trunks on, bathing away, washing his clothes. Martini, okay. There's loads of water. There's another kind of stream coming down from the left. There's one coming straight down there. We're both sweating like crazy after that climb. It was really steep at the end. There's sort of plateaued out here, but we've just realised, because we saw a guy standing basically on the top of that rock over there, that we've now got to climb up that bit. Maybe we stop for a little rest here. Maybe. Do we stop for a rest here? Do we stop for a rest here?
Not along though, there's midges.
Oh yeah, there's midges. Whew. Yeah. Alright. Psych ourselves up for that bit then. That looks really steep. Passing quite a few of these bags on the way up of boulders. Looks like they've been dropped by a helicopter, ready for fixing the path a bit or something. Gosh, we're almost at the top of Lining Crag. Look at this view, folks. It's just amazing. The layers of mountains. So thank goodness we got some visibility today, because doing this with no visibility would be pretty depressing, I reckon. This bit here has just been like rock climbing. I'm still out of breath now, you can hear. This is the stuff that gets you fit though, isn't it? So we're almost at the top, just past Paul there. You can see, well, as far as you can see basically, I think that's the top. Hope it's not a false summit. So last little push of energy, and it's 12 o'clock now, so perhaps we'll stop for a little bite to eat and a rest and admire the view before we carry on.
There might be a pub at the top.
Do you think there'll be a pub at the top?
Yeah.
Like a Mirage pub. Gosh, look at this for a lunch spot. This is amazing. Wow, we're like on top of the world here. Let's give you a little once round. So that is the direction we have to go in. Oh, I see a few midges around. There's not enough wind to blow them away. Wow. Oh yes. Perfect little seating area. Lots of sheep poop, but hey. No pub unfortunately, but you know, next best thing, get the stove out, have a little pot noodle. There's my spoon here as well. Okay. Sorry, do you mind? Did you hear what I said?
What?
There's my spoon as well.
Oh, your spoon. I thought you said something about the video.
No. Stopped to do a little bit of washing up, because after cooking lunch we don't want smelly pots and pans when we arrive later. So now we've got a fresh pot, fresh cups. Actually, I've got my cup here as well. Still got a cup of soup in it. Sorry. So we're coming down on the other side now. We've just seen this little family. We've got 3 young kids. Really enthusiastic, seem to know all the names of the mountains. Thank you. But there's a split in the path down here, so we have to be careful that we take the right one. There's this kind of junction of pathways on this section, and we've had this big debate about which way we're supposed to be going. There's a cairn here, there's a path up there, there's a path down there, there's another one going that way. So we've opted for this one. I'm going to keep an eye on the GPS to see if it still puts us on track. Hopefully it will. So we've just been having this conversation about how far we've walked and whether we're going to be able to make it to Patterdale. So basically we've done one big climb and we're still coming down from that first climb into Grasmere, which is about 2 kilometres from here. We've done 9 miles. The total, because we wild camped before the place we were supposed to get to yesterday, should be about sort of 17 miles. But now it's like 3:30 in the afternoon. It'll probably take us another hour to get to Grasmere. So we've just been talking about what we're going to do and what the possibilities are. There doesn't look like there's a campsite in Grasmere, but there are, however, 2 pubs. So if we can get ourselves a decent meal, it might mean that the best thing for us to do is actually carry on walking for an hour or 2 after we have a proper meal, and just then wild camp near this, they call it a tarn, it's like a lake, you know, just it's halfway up from between Grasmere and Patterdale. And before another really steep climb which goes up to 800 meters or something. It's really high. So I don't think either of us really feel like we've got the energy for a second climb. We've had to walk on these sort of technical paths. There's just been boulders and stepping around, quite boggy parts as well, and it takes a lot of concentration, so you get pretty tired mentally. Obviously physically as well, because we're carrying the rucksacks and it throws you off balance a bit. So like, we're now just looking to get to Grasmere as a reward station. You know, we've eaten all our snacks apart from some apricots we've got left, and it'd be really nice to just have a proper meal, look at the maps in a better way and just make a decision, a proper decision about what we need to do. So this is the heart of Grasmere, folks. Really cute looking place. Seem to have a lot of houses made of slate. Can't see any shops or pubs right now. Oh well, the little inn could be a pub. Looks like a hotel. But they've even got a trespass shop. Heidi's Cafe down the end. So we're all completely full up. We've had a glass of wine. You can see the rosiness in our cheeks. Really nice pizzas in that place there. So now the plan is, it's really late. It's 7:15 and we're going to go to the co-op, buy loads of yummy snacks, and then we're basically going to walk about 6 miles.
Shit, this girl.
It's okay. You can tell I've had a glass of wine, can't you? And then we're going to wild camp next to the tarn, which is about halfway towards where we wanted to go today, but before that massive hill that we don't want to climb up just yet. So fingers crossed we get there before it gets dark. I mean, this is what they call an adventure, guys. We're having a proper adventure here. It could go all horribly wrong, who knows. It's a little bit spitty in the air. The forecast is a bit meh, like not much going on, but not much wind either. Can't really see the tops of those hills though. Disappeared into the cloud. That's the kind of territory we're going to go in. Alright, we're going to go buy some chocolate, I think. Get going. So we've literally just come off the road here, just past Grasmere, and we were a bit worried because where we wanted to walk is a very steep climb, and it's straight into foggy conditions, and it's now 8:15. So it doesn't seem like the most sensible thing. So we're thinking that we're going to try and find a little spot in the corner of this field to camp, and then start fresh in the morning. So we've chosen this little spot in the corner of, it's like a footpath. There's a stream and there's a footpath that goes over here. But seeing as it's so late, we've decided to risk it. It's nearly, I mean, the sun's gone down. It's nearly 8:30. The cloud is calming down over there as well. So we're soon going to be in the cloud, I think, which is going to be even more discreet. But it means we've got to be up out really early in the morning, I think.